So yesterday I found out that one of my friends passed away, and I've known him since I was, a toddler, like 3 or 4 years old, and he passed away at the age of 38. He knows my whole family. I know his whole family. We went to the same church for a good amount of time, and I'll give like a backstory to it. So back in the late 1900s, my pop had a church. And so my family, my father, my mother, and my brother and sister, we left one church to go support my pop. And that church was called Good Samaritan Evangelistic Church of God in Christ. So when we went to go support my pop, this was probably around like 1993, 1994. And there was a family that joined that day. And it was the Jackson family. It was their mother, it was their grandmother, and it was four children. There was three sisters and one brother. So of course, we go to church almost every day. And so, we see each other, hang out with each other, have fun with each other. When we argued, we argued. When we fought, we fought. But when we loved hard. So at one point, my pop got really sick, and he had a brain tumor. And I definitely would say this. If it wasn't for the Jacksons, I don't think we would have made it through that hard time, of my pop passing. And I know it took a toll on all of us because, like, that was our spiritual leader. That was, our father. That was our grandfather. It was an uncle. He was a friend. And he has so many hats. I'm talking about like all around the city. And they were there every single step of the way. Even though I was like 8 or 9 years old, I still remember it to this day. Now, when my papa passed away, of course, we needed a pastor. And there was another church called New Dimensions that needed a church building. So we all joined together as one church. And the new name was New Beginnings, Sanctuary of Praise, Church of God in Christ. And through that whole time, the Jackson family was so consistent and so faithful. And they are still to this day. Now, when I turned about like 14 years old, we left the church and went to another church called Word of Faith Christian Center. So, of course, this was during the time where social media really wasn't a thing. So, we kind of lose contact. Because, back then when Facebook first started, you actually needed like a college email to be a part of it. So when I got to college, of course, I signed up for Facebook, and then we all were able to reconnect. And ever since that age, we have literally been reacting all the time on Facebook, making jokes, coming at each other. And I love the way that the Jacksons will always play around with each other. Just like, me and my sister and brother would play too. Because everybody knows I'm the favorite. But don't tell my siblings that. And that was pretty much Leonard in a nutshell. But, he knew, and they knew, we all knew, that their mother all loved them equally. And if it's one thing Leonard gonna do, he gonna cause a ruckus. And he will argue you down. And I used to sing in church, right? And Leonard would literally tell me, he was just like, your solo was okay today. I'm like 8 years old. And of course he's playing, but like, I'm like, you play all day long. Anytime I put up a post or something like that, and it's causing a ruckus, he'd be like, this is my type of carrying on. I definitely wanted to do this video to honor Leonard because he was such a bright light. There was no way that you could ever be around Leonard and not feel love, or, he makes you laugh. If it's one thing for sure, you knew he was going to keep it real. But he did it because he loved you. My heart sincerely goes out to the Jackson family. You guys held us up when we really felt like we had nothing. And I feel like, it's my duty and my family's duty to honor you guys and to continuously lift you guys up in prayer. Please pray for his son. Please. He is only a teenager. Please pray for his sisters. I love y'all so much. And if there is anything that you guys need, please let us know. And last but not least, please keep their mother in prayer. Every time I see a picture, every time I see a post, my heart just really goes out to them. And my heart also goes out to the Connor family because I know that that was like their second family. They lost a brother, a best friend. So if you guys could help me with lifting them up in prayer, I would greatly appreciate it. And I know that they will too.